Yes guys, this is Nitty Last and welcome. In this video what we're going to be doing is a follow-on video to Chaosxsilencer's video about cross-platform gaming. Now in his video basically what he was stating about was that Microsoft are thinking about allowing Xbox One users to actually play against PC users on Rocket League, and they were then thinking about opening the doors then to allow Xbox One and PC users to actually play against people on PlayStation 4. Now there hasn't been any word from Sony in regards to this, whether it actually allow it or anything about Call of Duty in general, but basically he was saying that this could open the door to a new generation of gaming, and whereas it could be quite exciting, it'd be quite a good idea in the end of the day if you've got mates obviously on Xbox One or PlayStation 4. If you're on one of the other consoles, it's a bit of a shame that you can't actually play together. But for me personally, even though it would be a fantastic idea, especially playing against console to console, I think that we would have a couple of problems in regards to that, but definitely against any of the consoles against PC users as well. But let's have a first look at the actual consoles. Now one sticking point for me is going to be the price. I mean, at the end of the day, a PlayStation 4 is a lot cheaper than an Xbox One. Now this is not a comparison, it's not a war about which one's better. Everyone has their plus and their minuses, but at the end of the day, unless you're not really fussed on which controller that you like to use, I mean, I do prefer the Xbox One controller, and if you're not really too worried about the exclusives on each of the consoles, and you're just, you know, a bit of a Call of Duty fanatic and whatnot else, and maybe even if you're a bit tight with money, end of the day, you're pretty much going to be gunning for the PlayStation 4. You end up going to go out and buy the cheaper console, because at the end of the day, you can still play against your mates on the Xbox One. It's going to make absolutely no difference whatsoever. So for me, that's going to be one major sticking point. The next sticking point for me is going to be connection. Now, connection at the moment is not the greatest with Call of Duty. We don't have dedicated servers or anything else like that. But in regards to that, think how bad it would be trying to get all these different servers across from Microsoft and from Sony, you know, PC and everything else. Don't get me wrong, I understand that Microsoft run both the servers for obviously Xbox One and the PC and whatnot else, but I just think that there'd be too much going on. I mean, if they can't get it right now, imagine trying to cross-platform like all these different things together. I mean, I just could not see it working. I just think there'd be so many problems. I could be completely wrong at that point, but as we're seeing at the moment, with no dedicated servers, the problems that we have at the moment, I just think it would just lead on to a lot more problems. Then moving on to the last one that I think is the major sticking point between consoles and PCs, and that is going to be controllers versus keyboard and mouse. There is absolutely no competition in this whatsoever. A keyboard and mouse will absolutely destroy anyone using a controller. It really will. I mean, you could take an average player that doesn't play that much, who's half decent with a mouse and a keyboard. Mouse and a keyboard with its sensitivity high and whatnot else can turn on someone with a controller in half the time. I mean, it just would be so unfair in matchmaking. Maybe they could have their actual own lobby. Maybe there could be some sort of notification, like, you know, banning the actual use of a mouse and keyboard when you're actually in the lobby. Maybe it switches it off or something like that. I'm not too sure. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it'd be a major sticking point, that would. I mean, at the end of the day, a keyboard and mouse user would just absolutely run away anyone using an actual controller. But it would be beneficial, though, I must admit, for PC users, because one thing with the actual PC, I mean, the game is out there and whatnot else, but they don't have too many people, like, obviously in lobbies. You know, the community is not very big, so it would be a good thing for them, but that would be one major sticking point. But anyway, guys, let me know exactly what you're thinking about this, whether you think it would be an actual great idea, whether you don't think it would, and maybe there's some other points that I've actually missed out that you'd like to leave in the comment section below, and we could just run through them as well. But anyway, guys, coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you're smashing that, and guys, if you smash that like button as well and support my channel, be even better. This is Nitty Last, and I'll catch you later.